come out of a really good weekend. First time we've seen him in the points this season. And he's one of those drivers who seems to be getting stronger and stronger as the weekend goes on. He was great earlier in the super heats, so he has got a decent chance there in the fourth row of the grid. So he is going to try and start this one from the outside, even in dry conditions. He does prefer it, but again, we are primed and ready at this point. It's the last race of the weekend then here for round 2 of the FIA Karting European Championships. We're here at Barbage-on-Tar in France as we get ready to go for 24 laps of racing. It's always a proud moment to make it into the final. It's a proud moment to represent your country as well. And here this weekend we race in the country of France, and as always we like to pay tribute to the country of France as well as we get ready to go for this final. It's going to be a tough one for all of them, but we are ready to go as the smiles are here, ready for the national anthem of France. The President of the French Karting Commission, to present the winners' medals to the drivers for this final. Again, 10th time for the drivers of the who will start this one at the back of the grid. You know, you've got the likes of Tom Dussault and Santina Panetta, Argentine versus France. They've got, well, they've, I think, got the biggest challenge over them here. They've got 34 other drivers ahead of them, but they need to try and whittle their way through. Yeah, and we're hoping if we can get a good start, we can see drivers gain 15 points. I'm quite interested to see how he tackles this one. Well, dry conditions now, and yeah, he can be thankful for that. So he doesn't need to worry about, you know, wet racing conditions or anything. He can
больше видео не передавай, потому что ты мне тормозишь весь этот сам. Ты же пользуешься. У меня из-за этого слепает. А потом передашь. Я думаю, почему меня стримили? Просто когда ты переделаешь...
The past few weeks and months we've seen him be able to extract the performance from the Maxis Primes immediately. It's something that he'll try and lean on quite literally through the corners to move himself up from that 8th row of the grid. Yeah, so it's we further back, further forward on the other side of the grid. There is Lewis Well receiving his. There is Andy CONSANI, the highest ranked French driver here this weekend for the safety car team. Obviously a French team as well on the French circuit. So again, another one trying to go for the trifecta here. Absolutely, I think this final is set up perfectly for him. I mean, we've seen a pattern from CONSANI over the course of the weekend, and we saw it again in Super Heats earlier on today. First few laps it can be a bit quiet, you know, up to about lap number 4, and then something just clicks. The longevity of the performance of the safety package this weekend has been very, very good. If there's ever a race for that to come to the fore, it's this final with 30 kilometres to go. And again, I'm quietly confident for CONSANI here that he can have a good performance. Yeah, so am I, but obviously we'll have to hold our breath for that one because he's got 4 of the cars to try and get past at the front of that field as well. Like Cochran, Volta, Joe Turner and Morgato. There you can see Simona and James Garland there just having a quick chat Championship Manager and the CEO of RGMC, partnered together to bring you the live pictures and, of course, hospitality that a lot of these drivers do receive over the course of the weekend, organising everything, making sure everything is set up. The hard-working team behind the scenes at RGMC, you know, you've got the stewards, you've got, of course, the race control staff, you've got the production crew, as well as all the hospitality crew as well, keeping everyone nice and fed over the course of this weekend. This wouldn't work without a very hard-working team. We do have a great team here at RGMC. Absolutely, and working like clockwork, everything timed out to the minutes, to the seconds, and we're not too far away from the start of this final for the OK category, the second final of the 2024 season for the go-kart.com FIA Karting European Championship. There is a pole sitter, and there is the confirmation on the left-hand side of the grid. Joe Turney, unbeaten so far this weekend. This is a bold play, starting from the outside. That is his right as the pole sitter to decide whether he wants to start on the conventional inside, because turn one is a right-hander, but he's gone for the left, and his starts have been very good this week. Certainly have been, of course. The only benefit to, yes, okay, you will say, oh, the outside, you know, that's not going to happen. The benefit he's got is that he will start ahead of Danny Walter, because, yes, that is his right, you know, that side of the line will be ahead. It's only the lines behind that will have to still be in formation. So that's the only benefit that he has. He will have that side advantage, but yeah, on the outside line, it's going to be tough. And we've seen a couple of times that, you know, car products have not got off the line too well at the start. We have seen times that they have got off the line. JJ is an example of that. But we have seen it a couple of times where it's not got 100% fully their way. But like you say, we'll see what happens. It's the longest race we're going to see this weekend, 24 laps. There is a driver who's really impressed me over this weekend, David Walter. I mean, what can you say about him? Didn't have the best run at the pre-round, but this weekend they dialed it up to 12, and it's gone right his way, and he starts on the front row for this one. We have seen flashes of this before this weekend, but everything's come together here for round two. He scored one solitary point in the championship in Valencia. He's already scored 44 this weekend, virtually being second in both the intermediate classification and the final intermediate classification. And this is why, for me, the Turney decision to go on the outside is so interesting, because that, I would say, of the whole field, Walter's starts have been the best so far this week. There is Mateus Morgato, the former world champion, very fast in qualifying on Friday, struggled a bit in the last couple of heats and the super heats, but did some good work in the early stages. Is there for we spoke to him earlier in the week, Anthony. He has got one goal this weekend. He would be happy with one position and one position only in his final. That is first. Yes, and you know what, I can see what Joe Turney's done here actually. If Joe Turney had stayed on that inside line, he would have had the advantage. He would have brought Morgato, he would have brought Gomez along to play. So he's switched sides. Now he's going to bring Morgato and CONSANI to play. And of course, Morgato and Gomez are going to be not stuck behind that Walter, but Walter won't be allowed to go at the start until Joe Turney has. So that's the only thing you can take away from this one. This was the start from this morning of Joe Turney and Gomez. And this is Joe Turney wanted to go from the inside, and there you can see Morgato closing the door there, the two really colliding fully at the start of that one. So Turney has decided, you know, in dry conditions he can go from the inside. That was, of course, the moment for the biggest crash we'd seen at turn one. You know, that's most for he can do it from the inside, but he can also do it from the outside, because we've seen that as well. And I think this time it was pure because he's got Morgato and Gomez that are started behind it. Here is Gabriel Gomez, championship leader after Valencia, scored a perfect 100 points. Has picked up another 26 across the course of the heats and the super heats. You know, he's flipping the grid. He can win from there. We know he can win from there. He's been one of the fastest drivers in the world so far in 2024. And again, similar to Morgato, clean sheet of paper, brand new tyres, a one-off race in that respect to score those points. Andy CONSANI, here he is, sixth on the grid. the top runner of the safety cars on home soil. What can he do from that Ford over grid?
That is a great question. He has done some brilliant things over the weekend so far. Really, really strong performances from the Frenchman. He's not won a qualifying heat yet. Second place is his best, but still always in the top 5. And the fact that he qualified 23rd as well and finds himself in the third row of the grid for this one, that really excites me that he's going to come through in this race.
Yeah, I don't think the key for him is getting those tyres into temperature. That's probably the big question for him right now. Here's the 119 of Salim Hanar, who's been the front-running premier, you'd say, so far this weekend, and is again building across the course of the weekend. Was strong earlier in the superheats. He could fancy things from that fourth row of the grid. He's joined on that fourth row of the grid by one of the youngest drivers in this field, the ever-impressive Lewis. Well, there's a quick sign to the 160 of Marcus Shilkunas from Lithuania. And as I go now, we can hear as well another one who's had some very good starts this weekend, and if he can do so again, pick a couple of the other drivers off. He was on the podium last time out in Valencia. Could he do it again? He's definitely pumped up for this.
He certainly is. Always a driver that you have to keep an eye on, knows how to deal with the stress of a situation like this. So you can see the 3-minute board going out, so we're not too far away from starting this final. Yeah, a little bit further back on the as well. That's the top 8. So Sebastian Pavan for Italy. Again, a driver we talk about a lot, and a driver this weekend who was outperforming himself from 2 weeks ago. This man did not even make the final 2 weeks ago, as a call out here.
Yeah, he's really turned things around. This has been back to the form that we saw in Valencia, where for a long time he was up at the front, he was competing for the podium. It was a DNF in the end at Lucas Gallo, but he can again move through from inside the top 10. There's Gabriel Perez. Alexander Gondoret's had an interesting weekend, Anthony. At times great, and other times not quite on the pace. Made a mistake as well for the heats. But again, starting 10th from the grid, looking to build on points. Has scored 15 of them so far this weekend. That's something to build upon.
It certainly is. Yeah, Williams-backed junior driver, part of the driver academy for Williams, has certainly proved himself a good time in this one. He's had thirds, he's had seconds, he's had wins. But yeah, like you say, that 123rd place finish has really bumped him down the road just that little bit, especially after a good qualifying. There, your race director, Pasquale ready to get this one going. And I think he's thankful that the sun has come out. He's adorned a cap now as well. So he's all banded, kitted up, ready to go. Looks like a proper race director. He is a proper race director. That's why he's our race director. There we go. A little foot there. Look further back in the order there with driver Bondurez. This is Aaron Garcia for Spain for DPG Racing. One of the wild cards going into this weekend. Obviously, as you can see, wearing the 607 number. Really strong performance from Aaron Garcia. He has looked so strong on this French circuit, and you can see not in the car just yet, just waiting on the outside as the 1 minute board goes up. You know, I think thinking he could do something from there. Again, the 6th row of the grid, we have seen people go from the 6th row of the grid, we've seen people go from the 10th row of the grid, i.e. that final we just had in the juniors. So, you know, it's one of those things.
I think we're going to see a lot of fun and entertainment for us neutrals from Aaron Garcia, because he doesn't really have anything to say about it. He's a wild card, he's in it to win it. He wants one of those trophies here from this weekend. There on your screens as well, another one that Sarah did really bad is Andy CONSANI, we talked about earlier, starting 6th on the grid. Yeah, but Garcia has not been shy in his moves this weekend. He's put moves on Garcia, he's put moves on Gomez, everybody there. He doesn't care what your position is as a former world champion or a championship leader. He will go for a move if he gets the opportunity. Some of the greatest drivers from around the world are about to do battle here at Baghdad.com. The round 2 of the European Championship. All the cars have got the line and to get ready to go. 20 laps of racing. The J2 Capital Session.
Смотри, Владик, каким стартует CONSANI? CONSANI каким стартует?
Номер
It's a smart decision, I think, from CONSANI. Is it the right decision? Well, the start of this race will tell us everything we will need to know. There is a look at race control, the head of race control, Chris Lambert, in the middle, Joanna Falcao in the foreground, and Sarah Blanco on the background there, giving us all of the information that we need to know about what's happening out on circuit. They have 40 plus cameras out there keeping an eye on everything, so we will make sure that we do not miss anything out there on the circuit. The drivers have ended their outlap. They will now start their competition lap. European Championship, the OK Final, the pinnacle of direct drive around the Wales, and what could be a big race in the story of this year's European Championship. There are your live championship scores. Turney leads by 2 points ahead of Gabriel Gomez. Luis Wales third on 86, Morgado 81, Iglesia 72, and Pavan 58. Are we ready to go? No, we're going to go around at least one more time here for another formation lap. And in terms of those and that's what I love about karting, and it's a bit about karting that upsets me a little bit. You know, you've got such high levels of motorsport that so many millions of people love and enjoy, and they will spend hundreds and hundreds of pounds on travelling to events and tickets and everything like that, and to watch nothing effectively. You come to karting, pay a fiver, you park your car, you come in, you got a burger and chips in the fan or anything else, you've got a big grandstand, you can come in and you can watch some of the purest racing. Don't get me wrong, this isn't grassroots racing by any stretch of the imagination. It's still the elite of karting, but it's still the purest form of motorsport, I think, that exists around the world, and that's why I think so many people enjoy karting. I think so many more people from around the world should try and come to these events. Like I say, there's so much to do when you get these weekends, but enjoying the racing is one of them. And we're about to enjoy this final. It's the OK Final, it is green light, and away we go, and it's a great start from the outside. these drivers really know how to have lots of work goes on in the background to help improve safety features of karting in terms of body panels, the bumpers, everything like that. With an 18-point lead. Let's have a little look at that start. And a key run straight away. McLaughlin's getting in behind Tony, taking the second position away from Walter. Instead off of turn one, where he got a bit too close. So CONSANI fell down a couple of positions there. You're going to see from the very back of the field, Santino Panetta. And of course the underlayers that they have underneath as well. Back with this battle for the race lead, well, we've been talking about that. It has closed in. Joe Turney and Lewis Morrill. The gap is down to less than half a second now. And now DNR with the driver. So good, so should be good on. Very good. It's very, very calm. Sometimes quite difficult to read what he's truly feeling in there. But what we do know is he is a true racer. It's absolutely I can imagine, but the two Brazilians here, certainly I think have united in trying to close into both Well and Turney, and if they do start battling at the edge, the chance they will close in is very, very high. And they will then have to take 23. We talked about drivers from the back of the grid having a chance of points. That is definitely the case for Dussel. There's only 5 spots off those points. Point there from Lewis. Keep race format. So I think the concern for also is if you did drop back into Hanover, that negotiation would go away. This could be a very interesting scenario to one of the more experienced drivers in this category and now comfortably 18 points ahead of Gomez as it stands right now. Gomez starts to close it and getting those positions that creeps down as well. Yes, they are enjoying these Max's tyres, they're enjoying the fact that you get 2-3 laps of rapid compound, then it goes into conservation mode and it lasts.
Там 10 дров 14. Всего 14, значит они 10 уже проехали. Is closing in on Werrell, and this is a complete turnaround to what we saw last time out in Valencia. CONSANI каким едешь? CONSANI каким едешь? Ну ты скажи про первую десятку и пойми там.
Первый, 10-й, 2-й, 2-й,
Что фамилии говоришь?
Марка.
just got something in reserve right now to bang at the concept, to remind the drivers behind that he's in full control of this race right now. 7 laps to turn. Continuing to close in on Slinger here, and that gap has come down quite considerably here now. McLaughlin might be on for a charge here.
racing line might be. But we'll have to see what happens then as they exit out of the final corner. It is final lap time here now in the OK Senior Final lap time. End of 2023, people question, would we ever see Joe Turney back to this level?